The key to overcoming anger and mistrust between two former adversaries was to find important things that could be worked on together that would address that mistrust, such as fullest possible accounting of those we'd lost during the war, cleaning up bombs and landmines that littered the landscape, and cleaning up Agent Orange, or dioxin, which is a byproduct of the production of Agent Orange. So in 2015, I visited Project Renew, the heart of the work that was being done to clean up bombs and landmines. I had a chance to see up close what that landscape looked like. A lot of it looked kind of cratered like the moon. During the war, every single village had been wiped out. And since the war, about 8,500 people had lost their lives because many of those munitions, about 10% of them, were still live. And so if a farmer plowed too deep or a child played with little bomblets, cluster bombs, they could lose their limbs or their eyes or their lives. There were brave people working for Project Renew, brave technicians who did the hot, dirty, and dangerous work day in and day out of finding these landmines and bombs and getting rid of them, removing them or blowing them up. And the field that I stood in was full of these cluster munitions and unexploded bombs. They would swing their metal detectors back and forth, and really, literally about every 30 seconds, there'd be another bzzz. That was another piece of metal found in the earth. It might be dangerous. If the bombs couldn't be removed safely, then it was a matter of detonating them in place. And I had the honor of doing that job a couple of times, pressing the detonator button. Every time I did so, I thought, well, that's another place where a farmer doesn't have to lose his limbs, a child doesn't have to lose her eyes. And I was very admiring of the hard work and the hard coordination that was being done. There was a kind of a nerve center for this action. It's called the Legacy of War Coordination Center, and that's where Project Renew and the partner NGOs and local officials and the military, the Vietnamese military, worked together coordinating who was going to do what piece of this hard work, including education of the people of Quang Tri and how to avoid the danger of the bombs and the landmines. Now, when I visited Quang Tri, I met a project team leader, Ngo Tien Kiet. He was 45 years old. He was a father. He was a husband. And each day he went out and did this hot and dangerous work because he wanted to protect the people of Vietnam from what had been left behind. And about 9 months later, my friend Chuck called with the terrible news that Kiet had lost his life in an explosion. And I wrote to his wife. I wrote my condolences to Kiet's widow. And as I did so, I was sad and angry because those bombs shouldn't have been there in the first place. But the team that supported Kiet was so undaunted and so committed to the work that the day after he lost his life, they were back there, back out in the field, doing this work again, trying to make sure that Quang Tri could be impact-free, that the new crop of rice could be planted safely. But this work in Quang Tri province is tremendously important, and the opportunity exists now to expand it to Quang Ngai, another hard-hit province. And I hope we can do all that we can to support this very important work of Project Renew. Thank you.